Okay, I'm gonna review this this Stan's Dart, it's called, and it's for tubeless tires with sealant, and it's a little plug like those bacon strips you get, but this has been specifically designed to go in to a puncture that's not sealing on the road and or on the trail. It's got this little barb, if you can see. It'll only go in so you can't damage the rim or the tape. So it you punch it in, supposedly, and then you pull it out. This stays in. It specifically will react to the stand sealant, so you really want to have stand sealant. And it's really lightweight. It's just plastic. Put it in your pocket somewhere you wouldn't even know you had it. This thing carries two, so it's got two, one on each end, so you can take it out, you can use it once. So I have a puncture in one of my tubeless, my wonderful tubeless. It did seal, but when you add more than 60 psi, it's still leaking out even weeks later. So it's not taking. So I figured I wanted to have this for my gravel rides and stuff anyway, so I figured I'd try it out with that. So it's got a little small puncture. I'm gonna try to punch this through and see what happens. I just added fresh sealant, stand sealant to it, so it should be good to go. Let's do that. All right, so you can see there's the puncture. You can see some sealant still coming out. I re-poked a hole through it just to make sure that the dart's gonna go through, because typically you would have a fresh hole, you know. So here it is. I'll see if this works as advertised. You just kind of find the, try to find the hole, and you get that barb through, and you punch it in and pull it out. Let's see. It's not really going in that easy. Maybe the hole's not big enough. It's not a very big hole, but I can't seem to get it in. I don't want to break. It's my first time, so I don't want to snap it off. I'm not really sure how much force to use. Ow. Jabbed myself. The other thing I don't want to do is unseat the bead, because that's a real pain in the butt. And it's kind of getting to the point where it's gonna hit the rim. So I don't know if this is intended just for mountain bikes or what, but I can't get it in. I mean, should I make it the hole bigger or something? I don't know. But if I push too hard, it's gonna hit the tubeless tape, because the rim is right there. So if anybody has a clue, I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but it ain't working. You see that? It's a pretty good size hole. I'm glad I'm testing it here and not on the road. I'd be bitching like crazy. Now I gotta cut it open further. There we go. Okay, now you're supposed to just pull out. Bam. Okay, it's in. Whew. That was a struggle. So you can see this is going to stick out, and it's going to wear away. So you don't have to trim it or anything, supposedly. We'll see on the road. They say even on the road it'll wear away. All right, let's pump this baby up and see what happens. First thing you do is you gotta put it so it's down, so the sealant is down. So let me get that onto there. Bead is still on, if not, I'm in trouble. Okay, we're up to 60. $80. It's about where I'll keep it. See if it holds. Oh, come on. Okay. So far it's holding pretty good. There's no sealant coming out or nothing. Or anything, sorry. Bad English. Sweet. All right, so that's the Dart by Stan's No Tubes. This was a little bit of a struggle, but maybe the puncture wasn't quite big enough. I mean, typically sealant should seal a hole that big, but it wasn't really holding, so I was kind of worried to go out and ride on it. So this, now you just take this out, and so you can get refills to refill the Dart, and just flip it around. You go. It's pretty cool. It's got that's valve core remover right there, so you can stick it in, take the valve core off. You have to add sealant when you're on the trail or out on the road. Other than the wrestling match, eventually worked, but it didn't. You couldn't just push it in with a road wheel, because it was bottoming out, and you don't want to push too hard on the tubeless tape or damage your rim jabbing this in. So you really had to pinch it, and I really had to make the hole bigger to get this to go through, because the white tip there, it's fairly wide. I had to get it in there. It was a struggle, as you can see, but it worked and it held. So I'll try riding them tomorrow. Wish me luck. Later. All right, so I did a few rides with the Dart that I repaired, and it held really well. It's like it's brand new. It's a brand new tire. It still hasn't worn off, but you didn't really feel it, except for the first like few miles until it goes down. But even on the road, you don't feel a lump or anything. I don't feel anything at all. You can see that it's still there, but it doesn't look great, but you don't even notice it's there. And the tire's holding pressure fine. It's pretty good. So thumbs up for the Dart.